right, and we are back. So last we left off, Mr. McCready had Sloan, some Skaven, repelled an ambush of some filthy ratmen, as well as one Marius Wolf and Bragadine Beno, through some very good rolling, managed to escape the spider's nest pretty much unscathed. And if anything, you gained a boon in that weird kind of rock with a rune on it that you found. And currently,
way to go.
we are following Marius as you've made the leap into the tunnel and begin running as quickly as you can. You can hear the scuttling of tiny feet behind you, and you know that those spiders are fast as hell, and they are quickly approaching.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
So this is the tunnel I came in.
This is the actual tunnel, and you're almost to the spiders like makeshift tunnel that they crawled through. So this is more like the dwarven tunnel that led to the room.
Is he like stuck to my back? Like,
I'm gonna say, it is sticky.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like a papoose for like a Native American mother and child.
I'm gonna say it's still probably gonna take. It's still Jesus papoose.
I just like that image.
Damn it!
It's a beautiful image.
God damn it!
It is beautiful.
It'd be better on Seamus, and Seamus is like 7 feet tall.
It's true.
So I'm gonna say it's still gonna require some work with one of your arms to kind of keep him from falling off of you, but he's more secure than just a limp body over your shoulder, though.
Yeah. Okay.
What would you like to do?
How far away are they from me right now?
They're down the hall, approaching. They're going to be on you quickly.
Okay. So, I'm guessing... I'm guessing my best option right now, because I can't outrun them. I know that for sure. So I will try to position Beno as well as I can.
Mm-hmm.
To me.
Uh-huh.
How wide is the hallway?
It's not very wide. It's about man, it's actually kind of a smaller hallway too. It'd probably only be about maybe 15 feet wide.
Okay. I will try to. If I can get to the hole, can I get to the hole?
Yes, you can get to the hole before they're going to be upon.
Okay.
They're going to be basically their next turn. They will be upon you as soon as you reach the mouth of the hole.
Okay. I'll get to the mouth of the hole. That's all I'll go. I'll go to the mouth of the hole.
Uh-huh.
Would you allow me to drop Beno not down the hole? Just drop him.
Okay.
And would you allow me to try to ignite one of my Molotovs and toss it?
Sure.
Kind of in a centralized area.
I lost everybody.
Sure. So you kind of slough Beno off your shoulder. This is because of your skill.
Okay.
You have black powder now, don't you?
Yeah,
explosives,
craftsman and trade skill.
Okay. Yeah, you are experienced with explosives at this point, so there's not going to be a check to light the Molotov like there normally would be. But you still will have to make the throw. So make it a really, really good one. You can add your black powders, your explosive skill. You can add any skill that you have on that to your roll, to your ballistic skill roll.
Are you sure? Right?
What do you mean?
Okay, question. So this is something we might need to iron out. I picked up the talent for
Craftsman explosives. Yes.
I have the skill for tradesman explosive.
Yes.
I don't have a skill for craftsman explosives.
That's
relating.
fine. You can use the trade skill. It's fine.
Okay.
Just use the skill points and then add it to your ballistic skill.
Okay. So that'd be my trade skill explosive is 42, and my ballistic skill is 33.
No.
So
what I mean
75?
is how many advances do you have in the?
5.
Yeah.
advances
So
in trade
add
skill
5.
explosives.
Basically, add your skill
Okay.
for it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. I got the roll. Rolling.
Okay.
How much better? 18 out of 38.
Okay. So I'm going to say
Nice.
that you, with an 18, you will hit center mass. And one of the 3 spiders that are quickly approaching, and you hear more hissing back behind. And you made some pretty decent Molotovs. And as it connects with the lead spider, there is almost a chain reaction with the webbing that is around this area as it instantly ignites. And there is a ball of flame in this hallway. And you see the spiders immediately begin cringing back and running in fear, as there is an innate fear of fire by these creatures, something you could have used to your advantage to this point, but did not. But that's fine. So they are running away, and you've all but secured your escape through that very, very good roll. So
Okay.
you have plenty of time to pick up Beno, and just for the sake of brevity, I'm not going to make you do any tests, but it's going to take you about an hour to climb back or climb down to where you came from.
If I'd be able to rip them out
Right now?
Rip them out. Yeah. Like,
If you took the time, you could, but you will be taking the time.
Okay. Then no, I'll just secure him and then.
Okay, you immediately
down.
start going. All right, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So you kind of secure your papoose and begin climbing down. And it takes about an hour to get down. In the meantime, Seamus, what are you doing? You're still waiting for Marius to hopefully show himself. You just slew a few ratmen. Go ahead.
My torch is burned out, so I probably can't see too much of anything anymore.
Probably not a lot.
So I imagine I probably would just kind of hang out in the last known location I was at.
All right.
Since I can't really see anything.
Do you have any torches of your own?
Not torches. I think the only thing I have left is a Molotov.
Okay. Now I will say
I don't have a thing to light it.
You're in a room full of just junk. I will say that you could probably cobble something together to make another torch before the one went out. You're smart enough to do that. So I will say that you still do have a torch lit.
All right. In that case, I will position myself at an angle where that last Skaven ran out,
Okay.
so I can see in and out of that entrance exit area, and just prepare myself.
Okay. You kind of prepare yourself. Make me a perception check, Seamus.
That is a 24 out of a minus 20, so a 31.
Okay, so just a success. Got it. All right, you're kind of glancing about, wits about you for quite some time. Another hour passes. You don't see anything. And then, Seamus, you hear the clatter of footsteps, and a rock stumbles out from the hole near the ceiling. You glance up and you see Marius Wolf emerging from the tunnel, carrying a very, very, very well secured Bragadine Beno in a webbed papoose of sorts as he is descending down to the ground. You make it down to the ground, Marius, and you guys are free to do as you will at this point.
Marius, I see you got the frog eater back.
That I did, Sheriff. That I did. I hope all was well here. My absence. You didn't strain yourself, I hope.
That wasn't too bad. I'll walk over and pick up my Thunderer.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Since you got them back, Marius, I think you've got the thing we came into this room to look for, so we can go talk to your dwarf friend again.
You guys never
Sure,
actually
let
grabbed
me-
it.
Oh,
Did
okay.
we not?
Nope.
I couldn't remember.
Okay. I'm gonna break
Gentlemen,
out.
this is so
I'm gonna
good
break
to see
out.
you.
I was gonna break out, but yeah.
Okay. Marius, give me a strength check. Let's see how long this is going to take.
Okay. Oops. That is a 60 out of 60.
Oof, man, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. So you're slowly
Okay.
peeling. Do you start at his face or do you start lower down?
Probably his face.
Well, you might regret it. You peel back and it pulls some hair off of your face, Beno, and now he can scream and yell at you the whole time as you're peeling the rest of his body out. So feel free to.
Can I
do
get
as
an
you
arm
will.
free?
Not
Can I
yet.
get an arm free?
It's going to be a little while. I'm going to say it's going to be
Seamus.
at least 5-10 minutes for you to peel this off of his body.
Seamus, I think Mr. Beno is bleeding out his mouth. Would you get a bandage and put it over?
Marius, you know how much I love to heal this man.
I know.
I'll bandage up his mouth according to Marius.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Go ahead and give me a heal check just to see how this goes.
That is a 42 out of, of course, a minus 20, so a 31.
Oh, Bragadine. It was a fail, I take it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I would say if it's just like trying to bandage up his mouth, I mean, he is restrained. How much
Yeah.
can he resist?
I was
You
just
know?
going to see if you actually healed him in the process. He did not.
Oh, okay.
So you kind of shove some cloth around his mouth, and he is no longer speaking.
Well,
If I feel like
Marius'
Marius' if strength is not working, I'd probably like try to grab some of the hand axes or something and try to
Okay.
cut
Easily
off some of
done.
this stuff.
Yeah, you start, you can find an axe easily enough. You can grab one of the small hand axes and start kind of using the head of it to peel away pieces. And he's wrapped in there good. But after a few minutes, he is released upon the world like a butterfly emerging from a cocoon. In all of his glory, Bragadine is free
Yes.
amongst the living.
I reach up and I pull the bandage off my face.
Yes.
Then I look up at Marius. I reach out my hand and place it on his cheek. And I say, "Good sir,
Yeah.
I have wronged you, for you are no mere peasant. You have the courage and the honor of a knight on the quest."
All right. Marius is just like, all right, that's okay. And we're gonna look around to get that requested item for Zardoon.
Okay. So
I do raise my eyebrows a bit in confusion at the slight on my compliment, but I too will get up and brush myself up, and probably sit right back down because I am exhausted and beat up, and my leg hurts.
Yes,
So
it does.
I'm going to look for a place where I can just rest for a moment and watch them.
Easily done. So you kind of lean back against some of the shelving. You guys both notice he looks bad. He looks hurt. He looks exhausted.
Yeah.
He's not looking good. If you allow him, he's going to be taking a short rest, I'm assuming. So,
Probably, yeah.
would you guys like to do the same?
Marius is at full health, so
Okay. Seamus, would you like to join him?
Yeah, I guess I took some damage.
Okay. All right. So you guys are both kind of taking it easy. Marius, meanwhile, you are looking for that thing that you need, that rock, very similar to the one you have currently.
Question:
Yes.
will that affect my level of exhaustion, or
No.
and how will that affect my wounds? Are we getting any wounds?
So when we finish the short rest,
I'm
you
sorry, I
will.
apologize. Cool.
Yeah.
My bad, bro.
Yeah. So when we finish it, you will regain your toughness bonus and wounds. Exhaustion doesn't reset until you take a long rest. So there's that. But Marius, you are kind of combing the room looking for that rock. This is very similar to the one that you have currently. And you kind of remembered where you saw it last, right before the spiders attacked. And you move in that direction. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
okay.
I'll give you a plus 40 on this, actually.
Okay. That's 21 out of, you said plus 40?
Yes.
Out of 86.
Okay, so you remember where this thing was. You go over and you see the spot. There's a little piece of like masonry that fell down during the scuffle. You see the giant corpses of the spiders nearby. And you move over to where it is, and it ain't there.
Son of a bitch. Seamus. That rock that was over here. What happened to it?
I don't recall. Marius, I thought you took it already.
I did not. Do I assume I see the Skaven bodies in here now, I guess?
You glance around, Marius? Well, first off, Seamus didn't tell you about it. But second off,
Exactly.
you don't see any bodies.
Okay.
You do see some
Why did
blackish blood in some places, but you don't see any bodies.
Okay.
Now, you would see with that very good perception test, you would see a little tuft of hair and an odd scent that you would smell as you've been walking around the room.
Would I recognize the smell? I just noticed that it's odd.
You would definitely recognize it as
Okay.
the ugly, hideous rat men that you've encountered several times at this point.
Yeah. I'd probably, I guess, sniffing around like, Seamus, were those rat things in here while we were out and about?
I had a couple of visitors, but nothing old Seamus couldn't handle.
All right. Did they make it out of here alive? Did you kill them all?
2 of the 3 are no longer with us, but there was one that managed to escape after he shot all over the floor.
And there was a pile
Hideous.
of rat shit that you passed by, Marius.
Oh, gee. Okay. Do you know which hole he went into?
Yeah, he went over to that one over there, and I point over.
Points over at one of the holes past one of the dead bodies of the spiders.
Okay. Is it past the stone?
Now,
The,
I
like,
will say this. Marius, go ahead and make me... Well, you know what? You did really good on that perception test. As you kind of think back on the stone, you start thinking about the stone you have in your hand. And they're almost identical. They might serve the same purpose.
Okay.
Maybe.
I
Well,
thought he said there was multiple ones.
if Marius thinks that, then I guess we'll try this one then. And I show the stone. And I'd like to grab that two-handed axe if I can and sling it on my shoulder. for
Okay.
old Zardoon.
All right. Are you going to keep
and
the
if
small hand axe with you?
I will, and if there's other small hand axes that I can take to throw,
How many
might
do
take a
you
couple.
want? Let's just put it like that. How many
I
are you
might
going to
say-
carry?
I know it's getting ridiculous how much I'm carrying right now, so I'll just say 2.
Okay. You have 2 throwing axes then
Yes.
of dwarven quality.
2 throwing axes, 4 mysterious glass orbs, bowling balls.
Yep.
No Molotovs anymore, but yes.
Okay. All right. So, yes, you are becoming a walking arsenal very quickly. I'll say there's probably some belts. They're dwarven belts, but you can cinch them down, fashion them to fit you. And you
Awesome.
can
I'll take some belts for sure.
yeah, so you can hang the axes from them. Does anybody else want anything before you leave this room?
I would like to search around and see if I can find anything that would work as maybe a few torches and perhaps a tinder box. I can fix just any of the corpses or anything like that. Just I don't like not being able to provide light.
So, tinder might be an issue for you, Mr. Bragadine, as
Okay.
you don't have a box. Now, Marius has a box, so he can provide light if needed. Now, if you want to kind of use some of the wood, the very limited amount of wood in this room, to kind of make yourself a makeshift torch, easily done. You're probably going
like
to
a
need...
stick.
Yeah. You'll probably need Marius to light it for you because I will say this, due to a noble's upbringing, you probably don't have a lot of survival skills.
You are correct.
So,
That
so
is what
some of
the
these,
servants are for.
yes, some of these things that the other two can just do may be a little out of scope. So you can easily secure something though. That you can at least put, let's call it 2 makeshift torches. You can add that to your inventory.
Okay.
Would you like anything, Seamus?
The only thing I would probably do is find some type of strap so I can sling that rifle over
Yeah.
my shoulder.
You can find, like, similar to where Marius found, like, kind of the belts. You can probably fashion one of these belts to make a sling. Now, we'll say this. At this point, you're double slinging it. So it's going to be awkward getting to your weapons.
Seamus is just completely loaded with weapons.
Yes, he
Yes, he-
similar to Marius, walking arsenal at this point. So you've got a repeater crossbow, a thunderer, you have a pistol on your hip, and you have a basically katana on your hip as well. And then any knives and stuff that you would have at the ready. So it's a lot of stuff. Due to that,
I think he's got Molotov something too.
yep, you have Molotovs. I'm going to say those are probably tucked away in your satchel.
Yes.
But at least if you're going to be using if you're going to attempt to use the Thunderer, for sure, it's going to require a test to kind of get it ready while you've got all this crap on you. Same thing with the crossbow, since they're both kind of strapped on your back right now. And you're probably not going to be able to carry anything else for the time being.
That's fine.
That's fine. Okay. So we are leaving said room. Are we going back to Zardoon?
Yes.
Unless someone else wants to do something else.
No.
No. Okay. So you begin.
I will follow you, Marius.
Yes, I'm assuming Marius is leading the way, as he can see the best. You peek your head out into the hall. You pull the door, or push the door, actually, to leave said room. It's heavy. It's going to require someone of Marius' strength to move it anyway. And you begin filing into the hallway. Not much has changed. Actually, Marius, glancing around, you see that some of the dust has been disturbed. And it looks like there's little paw prints inside the dust, about human foot size paw prints, to be exact. And definitely there were rat people around. Not the sneaky type, obviously, because you never would have seen them coming. But you make your way back to Drogor, and you make it to the cell door, open it, go inside, find him. And as you approach, you hear his gruff voice. Took you long enough. Did you get it?
We've got something. Now I'll show him the rune stone.
Ah, yes. That's it. Bring it here. Touch it to the stone. And he points at kind of like almost like a flat piece of stonework that is what should be a cell door. It looks like it might fit together. You can almost not see the... what would you call that? The ridges. It almost looks like this is one solid piece, but there's just a faint outline of something, of where he's pushing. Or pointing, excuse me.
Yeah, if there's a indention to put that stone, that's what I'll do.
Okay. You move to place the stone, and as you move, you see his eyes light up. And there's just this gleam, just excitement. And do you press it to the cell door?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Yes, you do. Is that your final answer?
Good job, Marius. You got
That's
us
my
all killed.
final answer. That's my final answer.
You press the stone into it, and as you do, the runes flare up brilliant red across the cell itself, and then they quickly snuff out into darkness. And the cell moves in, and Drogor grasps the door, pulls it aside, and takes in a deep breath. Ah, yes. And takes a step out, his feathery cape billowing behind him. As he passes through the arch, he kind of flinches. And when nothing happens, there's just this big smile across his face. Ha ha ha! Yes! Thank the ancestors you came. Now, will you help me on my quest?
What is that quest, Master Dwarf?
Now, I know not what foul Uzu has brought ye here, but if you help me seal away this curse, on my ancestors I make this oath to aid you until your own tasks are complete. Perhaps get you to where you came from. For you see, something happened in this hold, as you may have noticed. Something in the mines. Something was found, taken, and brought to a vault above, hidden away. It should not have been. It has brought ruin and death, as demons and followers of the Blood God have come to claim it. And this hold should be rid of it. That is my final task.
I think we're here for a reason, Master Zardum. I would help you with that quest, and I believe my friend Seamus would begrudgingly help you with that quest, and probably Bano would as well.
And he kind of glances at the three of you, and at this point he's noticed the Thunderer, the Sword and Shield, the giant two-handed axe across Marius' shoulders, in addition to the hand axes that are obviously of dwarven make. I see you've helped yourself to the armory.
We have, Master Dwarf, and we would give them all up. I do ask that you would perhaps give these to us as a gift.
I tell you what, Manling,
Presumptuous of us.
you make this oath with me, you take whatever you like.
And
he's holding his arm out.
I looked at Seamus.
He's holding his arm
I
out.
looked at Seamus. Well, okay. Marius would definitely do it, but I was going to look at Seamus and Bano to see if they gave approval or not.
Bragadine steps up, reaches out, grabs his hand, and says, "As my honor as a Bretonian, I will take this oath."
I don't know what that is, but you have yourself a deal. Make me a strength check, Bano. Let's see if you get crushed in the process.
Oh, I think I just got crushed. All right. Well, let's just see how bad I got crushed. Let me see. Strength check. Oh, it's bad. 98 over 35.
Oh yeah. So you're a frail man. Probably shouldn't be shaking hands with a dwarf of any kind. And he grabs a hold, Beastmaster style. Grabs up towards the forearm. Gives it a squeeze, and you're just and you feel something kind of crack up inside the arm somewhere. You take 8 wounds.
Why do I try to be brave?
You can subtract your toughness bonus, but it hurts bad. As he gives it a hearty squeeze. Oh, and after he hears a pop, he kind of lets go. Oh, don't know me own strength. Been here too long in the dark.
I, with the grimace, trying to retain my dignity, nod my head and step back.
The oath is set and bound in blood. And he kind of gives a wink towards Bano. And, well, shall we?
Oh, we shall, Master Dwarf, and I toss him the two-handed axe.
Oh yeah, he deftly, almost nimbly catches it. Ah, it feels good to have an axe in my hand once again. And he begins walking. He's leaving this area. I'm assuming you guys are following.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I would probably tell the Master Dwarf, Master Zardum,
Yes, Manling.
I'm sorry, Game Master. Did we decide if Marius knew anything about
Carrick-Zorn?
Carrick-Zorn?
You would know just from the brief tales. We did kind of touch on this. You would know a little bit about it from Amberbelly, from Thordum.
Yeah.
Because apparently he has some connection. You don't know what it is. You may suspect now, after having your previous conversation with Drogor, that either himself or his descendants, or his ancestors, were from Carrick-Zorn. Somehow.
Okay.
Because he knew the name. And a lot of time dwarven clans recycle the same name over and over again. So
yeah.
There's some connection. And you know that from just talking with him that it is a lost hold. What that means to you as humans, no idea.
Okay. All right.
But you would know that there's something off definitely about this hold. You're not exactly sure how old it is or what happened.
Okay. Master Zardum, I know you are excited to be on this quest and this journey. I will say, my friends here and I have had a rough go of it the past couple days. If there is a possibility you would allow us to rest for a while, I know my friends would appreciate it.
Rest! Rest is for the weaklings! We press on! The sooner this is done, the better.
We don't want to rush off foolhardy, Master Dwarf. You know, sometimes strategy has its rewards.
Well, go ahead and make me a charm test, Marius Wolf. Opposed by Drogor, of course.
Okay. That's a natural 1.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
43.
baby.
I'm glad that you got that, because I also had a critical success, but it was not a 1, so I'm going to give it to you.
Okay.
So the crits will just cancel each other, but you definitely. So with your argument being heard, Drogor kind of looks back at Beno, is like clutching his arm still. Looks over to Seamus, who looks like death's rolled over. He's not doing very good. And we should also touch on the fact that Beno is not walking very quickly. He is nursing his leg. That he's obviously had some damage done to it. And he just kind of glances. Well, I suppose we should take a rest of sorts. Recuperate your strength, but we move as soon as possible.
Of course.
And I know a place. And he moves up the hallway in the direction towards the elevators. Are you guys following?
Yeah.
Okay. So he gets to where the elevators are, and there is remnants of an elevator everywhere. Probably the one that was sent sailing upwards. And there's also the pulpy mass that may or may not have been an Ungor body that has just been pulped into nothingness like a pancake across the floor. And there's just pieces of stonework all over the place. So much so that you glance at the other elevator, and it doesn't look like it's probably going to be in working order. So there is no way to get up, at least no way that you can see. But since you released Drogor, he takes a look at both of the machines. Fool's errand, I always told them. And he walks past them. And on the wall, he immediately comes to a set of statues near the elevator. And it looks like 2 dour-faced ancestors with the kind of archaic Carrickzorn armor on. And he moves in between them and places his hand against the wall, which is solid stone. And as soon as he does, an indention moves, and none of you, with your human eyes, could see that there was a hidden door here. But with Drogor leading you, he presses in, the wall pulls itself away towards him, and then slides like a sliding door. And he walks inside. We ain't got all day, manlings. Get inside.
Oh. I follow.
All right.
Yes.
You guys all following inside, and as the last one of you steps through, the doors slide back into place, none the wiser. And you see before you just a small room. There is a more well-maintained weapons rack over here. Just arms and armor. No ranged weapons, Seamus, sorry. But like swords, shields, things of that sort. Axes. That looks like they were kept in better condition. This doesn't look like it is seen use in a long time, judging from just the layers of dust. But thankfully you don't see any webs, so more than likely there aren't any spiders in here. But he moves over to the far end and begins touching something on a kind of like table. And as he does, he begins whispering. Something in Khazalid, which none of you speak, unfortunately. And as he does, a bright blue rune flashes against the wall. And as it does, a flicker is set off on the stairwell that you see towards the end of the room. And the runes begin to flash one after the other. Step, 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 step. And you get the idea that this tunnel leading up is being lit now by these glowing runes. Well, if we're going to take a rest, it best be here. Doesn't look like they found it yet.
Thank you. Thank you, Master Zado. And I guess I'll probably try to check on Beno's leg and try to do a heal check on him. Yeah,
all right, go ahead and as you look at Bragadin's leg, give me a heal check.
Yeah.
It was your left leg, right, Bragadin?
It was my right.
It was your right leg? Okay.
Yeah.
35 out of 37.
Okay, what is your intelligence bonus? Is it just 3?
3. Yeah.
Okay, so you can subtract 3 days from from the
All right.
from the sum total, Bragadin.
Oh, that's still a good start.
It's not bad. So you kind of look at it, kind of flex it a little bit, but it's not looking like he's going to be moving quick on that leg anytime soon.
All right. Is this a heal at all either? Any wounds get regained on this?
I'll let it double as a heal, so you can regain 3 wounds.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So at this point, I'm assuming you guys are going to take a rest.
Yeah.
All right. If we're all in agreement, do you guys take watch, or what are you guys doing? You guys just gonna take a rest?
Maybe we should probably take a watch.
I don't know. I don't think Bragadin's going to be taking a watch. I think he is
I'm
going
assuming,
to be just
yeah.
resting as much as possible.
Exactly. Seamus, how comfortable do you feel in this tunnel with this strange dwarf?
I guess I trust Marius enough to where, I believe him.
Okay. So, Marius, go ahead and give me a perception test as the rest of your friends, I say that with quotation marks, are currently attempting to rest.
Okay.
And you see Master Drogor stoically standing there.
That's 38 out of 46.
Okay. So you kind of plop down next to him. Do you say anything to him? Or are you just going to just kind of watch and listen?
I'd probably offer him like a day's ration.
Okay. You offer it to him, and he just kind of, anything to be better than what I've been eating. And he grabs a hold of it, and then he begins eating it. Maybe not. I see. Food from your kind is not as, let's just call it, decent as anything I should be expecting. And he kind of glances around the room. There we go. And since you're the only one up, Marius, you see him reach underneath it looks like a desk of sorts. And he pulls open a drawer. And, should still be good. Opens the cap on a fine bottle of something. takes a big drag off of it. There's foam dripping down his beard onto like the bronze torques. Oh, and there's just like ecstasy. Here you go, Manling. This will put hair on your chest. And he tosses it to you. You catch it. You gonna take a swig?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Give me that consume alcohol test.
Okay. That is a 16 out of 51.
Out of 51. How many levels of success is that?
3. No, wait. Yeah, 3.
It's 3?
34. Yeah.
Okay. All right, fine. I guess nothing happens. I guess you don't get drunk. You manage to hold your alcohol. It's strong. Really, really, really strong. But you've had worse. Or better, I should say. I mean, you've had Bugman's best.
Better. It's not as good as Bugman's.
It's not as good as Bugman's. It's good. It's probably some of the best beer you've had, or ale, I should say.
Yeah.
Outside of the Thaggy, perhaps. Mm-hmm. Outside of anything brewed by Thordoom himself. So it is definitely good Dawi alcohol, but nothing compared to Bugman's. And so you tilt it back and you enjoy it.
Yeah, it is refreshing. Not quite as good as Bugman's. Oh,
Bugman's? Who's this Bugman you speak of?
That's the finest alcohol I've ever tasted in my life.
Are you slighting me, son?
No offense. It was made by one of your kin. But till you've tasted Master Zodum, you have not tasted ale at all.
And he just starts kind of grumbling to himself, stupid manling. And he just kind of grumbling and goes and sits away from you now with his cask of beer. And your watch goes uneventful. So I'm assuming you get some rest as well. So you guys can mark off a tally you can mark off a day for you, Braggadine, and you have completed a short rest. You can remove 1 point of exhaustion, Seamus, and you as well, Braggadine.
Yeah. What is the wounds recovered on this rest?
Okay. Roll me. So does anybody need wounds besides Braggadine?
I think I do. Hold on.
So go ahead and roll me an endurance test,
no.
Braggadine.
Okay.
I don't.
13 out of 13 out of 52.
Okay, so you get your toughness bonus plus your success levels in wounds back.
3 plus. Oh, that's awesome. Braggadine is feeling spry.
Are you full?
I am.
Okay, good. So you feel much better now. You recovered from whatever remnants of the poison was still in your system, and you guys are up and ready to go. It's at this point that Drogor, he's like, finally, come on, let's get a move on. The sooner this is done, the better. I'd see this filth from my hold. And he begins marching up the stairs.
I assume we follow. I will say if he's taking like a fast pace,
he's moving. I mean, it's a fast pace for him. Probably not that fast for you guys.
Yeah,
So-
I'm half speed right now.
What about Braggadine?
I will say Braggadine is slightly falling behind. Not by much, but he is
if I
over.
were to-
As time passes, he's falling behind.
If I were to assist him, would it increase his speed?
I'll say with your assistance, how are you going to assist him?
Probably just like a shoulder.
Okay,
that he
give
can-
him just a shoulder to snuggle up on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this
Unless
is getting intimate.
unless I need to Yoda him,
I mean, you could Yoda him.
Yeah.
You don't have to though.
You don't
You
wrap
can
him
just
up in
give
the
him
cocoon.
a shoulder, and you can you can help him along.
Okay.
And Drogor is oblivious to what's going on behind him. He's on a mission. He's going up
Yeah.
these stairs, and you guys are following him. So, and as you're moving, he's just grumbling to himself and kind of talking, glancing around. You get the idea that he may be a little off kilter. You have no idea how long he's been down here. So who knows what has happened to his mind in its absence of, other people to talk to. But you climb these stairs for about 2 hours. And it is a monotonous climb. I need all of you to make me endurance checks. -10 for you, Seamus, because you're still exhausted.
Marius rolled a 42 out of 60.
Okay, you're good, Marius. Braggadine?
All right, 25 out of endurances. Out of 52.
Okay, you're good, Braggadine. Seamus?
Got a 32 out of what will be a 55.
Okay, you are also good. No one gets a point of exhaustion. That's a plus.
Yeah.
So you keep moving forward, and it's monotonous and dull, and another hour or two passes. So you spend a total of somewhere between 3 and 4 hours climbing stairs. Just walking up and up and up and up. And sometimes they cross back on themselves. Sometimes they spiral. It's kind of strange. And the runes are lighting the way the entire way up. And then eventually, finally, it levels off. And you see another room very similar to the one you came in. Set up almost identical. You guys funnel into the new room, relishing the space as the stairs were very tight. They're built to fit a dwarf. Seamus was probably a little hunched over the entire time. He's been climbing. He probably got a hell of a crick in his neck. But you come to this room now, which is a lot more spacious. And Drogor moves to one of the walls. All right. Are you ready?
Yes, I am, sir. And I pull out my pick.
Okay. He presses an indentation in the wall, and a piece of the wall removes itself. Once again, it's amazing that you didn't see any seams or anything there before. It's just a testament to dwarven architecture. And it slides forward a couple inches and then to the side, revealing a hallway. A very large hallway. It's about 40 feet wide, and you're not sure how tall. You'd have to peek your head out. But it is dimly lit by torch sconces that are burning down the length of the hallway. Definitely not dwarven.
Not
What are you
dwarven
guys doing?
torches.
Well, from what you can tell, most of the dwarven architecture is lit by these runes. You get the idea that flames might be someone else's purview.
Okay.
Perhaps the chaos cultists that you've been passing through here, or maybe the ratmen. Who knows?
Master Zardum, should we try to set an ambush? and
Ambush?
stealth our way.
What, you an Elgie? Filthy knife ear? Ah!
I don't.
A proper fight is what I need.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Maybe it sounded like he just insulted you.
I think he might have. Marius kind of chuckles and very, very well, Master Dwarf. Just remember, we don't have quite the constitution that a dwarf would have.
Yes, of course. And he just kind of waves you off, and he steps out into the hallway. If you guys aren't doing anything else,
Okay.
Yeah.
If I can't convince him,
Follow
I
him.
guess I'm going with my.
okay.
I turn to Beno and be like, "You're getting into trouble, Beno. Run to me, all right?"
That I can do, Great Marius.
Great Marius.
All right.
Wow, impressive.
I take my pick and head out with Zardum and Seamus.
Okay.
I've
All
got my shield and my sword and all the courage I can muster.
Yes, indeed. And you step out into this hallway. It is obviously much more trafficked, as the cobwebs and dust, while present, they're only on the walls and the ceiling, which the ceiling is quite tall. At least what you're assuming is the ceiling, as you can barely see the top. Torches light the hallway, and you glance down and you can see openings that look like the elevators can stop nearby, as if you probably somehow ended up in roughly the same point, just very, very, very far above. There are multiple doors in the other direction, all spread out in what appears to be some kind of grand hall. Not as big as the original that you passed through with all the pillars of the ancestors, but an impressive hall nonetheless. Where would you guys like to go?
I'm assuming we're just following Zardum, right?
Okay. So Zardum is glancing around, and he's kind of stroking his beard with one hand. Was it here? Was it there? And he glances over at the wall. That way. No.
Master Dwarf, you
Yes,
is there any way we can help you?
A dwarf is never lost. Not in his own hold.
It's been some time, Master Dwarf.
He's being loud, just so you know.
Also, Master Dwarf, I know you said you didn't want to be an Elgie, was it? Was it an Elgie, Seamus? Is that what he called me?
It was something like that, yes.
Yes, pansy Elgie with her dancing folk. Scared of everything.
Perhaps you
Master
keep your
Dwarf,
voice
you are
down.
wrong for that. No, this man faced down a room full of giant spiders to save me. I think you haven't insulted him, and you should take that back.
Thank you.
Bragadine, I need you to make me a cool test.
Bragadine. You should let the adults stick to the talking there, Bragadine.
Got a result there, Bragadine?
69 out of 37.
Ooh,
Bragadine, the words slip
Nice.
through your lips as the dwarf turns and looks at you. And with just this horrible, expression and the reddening of his face and the rage boiling behind it, you almost shat yourself as fear creeps inside of your body as
shit.
this very powerful creature, though you may be an inch or two taller than him, he probably has at least 200 or 300 pounds on you. And you just get a look at
your arm with a handshake.
muscles. He did. He in fact almost broke you with a handshake, and you realize the
I could
folly
not
of
stand
your
by- no,
words.
you do not understand. Marius acted like a knight of the Grail. No. As a man of Bretonia, I had to stand up for his honor.
Yes. And he says this as he's backing away. He's backing away from Drogor, and Drogor just kind of stares at him, and then glances back at the wall. It's this way, and he just starts walking.
Mr. Benno, you might want to walk in the back now, so I want to smell your shit.
He doesn't actually crap his pants, but he almost did.
With a savage glare at Seamus, I move behind him to the back.
Of course you do. So you guys all begin following. Bonneau's slowly losing ground, nursing that leg as best you can. But does anybody keep an eye out for Bonneau, or
Marius would.
okay, Marius just kind of keep an eye on him, making sure to try to keep him with you guys.
Yeah.
It's at this point in time I need all of you to make me perception tests.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the good old perception.
All right, now I think we may have burned our good rolls, but let's see what's happening. Oh, wait a second.
Got a 31. Minus 10 is a 41.
Okay.
Marius
All
was
right.
6 out of 46.
Oh wow. Braggading.
53 out of a 49.
Yes. At least a fail. Not going to matter much. The other guy's passed. But regardless, some time passes, and you come to several juncture points where Drogor is just kind of, he looks once again stroking his beard, looking around. You see, the vault was quite hidden, quite. When the hold fell, everything of value was taken there. Thought it secret. Though how wrong they were, I warned them all. Nothing good could come from this. And he's just kind of walking around, and only a dwarf would be able to find it. And he kind of glances back at you three. Special enchantments were placed upon it. I may have need of one of you soon. And as he says this, Marius and Seamus, since you guys have the best perception test, you both start hearing a distant noise of kind of like feet for sure, but not. Ah, man, how can I explain this? They sound wet, perhaps. They sound moist, and they sound like multiple feet. And it's kind of coming from behind you, from the direction you've come from.
Is it Benno?
It is not Bonneau. It is definitely further back.
Seamus will turn around and look behind, just in case he might see something.
Okay, you glance behind you, and you can see just the flicker of torchlight that apparently is moving off in the distance.
Master Zardu, I believe we have company.
Oh, and he turns around. And he clutches his teeth. We best be
Are they
hurrying
friends of
then.
yours?
Oh, you don't want to be friends with them. And he begins running in the opposite direction as fast as his little dwarven legs can take him.
The opposite direction of
The opposite direction of the torches you just saw.
All right, and that would probably alarm me. So
Marius, get the little man. Let's go.
I would pick up Bonneau and
Pick up Bonneau. You grab hold Bonneau.
Wait, what is going on? What are you doing?
Throw him over your
Where's he
shoulder.
going?
You got trouble? Yeah.
Throw him over your shoulder. Bonneau, you can see Marius's
I would
ass, and then you look behind you even further, and you see down the hallway, approaching at great speed. You hear, and you start to see the telltale tinge of flame. And Bonneau, you see one of those
monsters. It is back. The monster is back.
Exactly. You see two of said demons running as fast as they can. Demons These are bloodletters that you've passed through before. With fiery swords, red-skinned, flickering tongues. And before them are 4 large hounds of a sort. When I say large, I mean big. About the size of horses. They look like they're fleshless, and that is what the slopping sound you hear, as it appears their paws are caked with blood. They are red, and it looks like their skin is almost scaly in nature. And they each have a large brass collar clipped around their throats. And there's a hideous rune burned into the side of it, resembling the skull of corn. And they howl in rage as they lope in your direction at a very, very fast pace. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode of Rise of the Forsaken.
All right.
Man. I want to kill some demons.
Kill some demons.
I hope I don't piss myself on Marius.
You just might.
Me too.
You just might.
I really hope I don't.
I'm sure you will.
So, that was a good session, guys. Good session. Had a lot of stuff come up. Bano is alive. That's a plus. I would say that was a success. You made it out of the spider den unscathed. That is shocking, actually. There's plenty of room for error in there, and you bypassed pretty much everything. So you had some very good rolls. Meanwhile, Seamus, I mean, they were just clan rats, but still, man, you took on 3 clan rats single-handedly.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, that's pretty damn good. It does help that they're cowardly creatures. I'm just going to say that now. So, but still, that was a hell of a way you guys dealt with that pretty well. So, favorite moments from the cast and crew. Let's start with Marius Wolf, Jumbo Smooth.
Probably my favorite part was probably the handshake of Bano and Zardoom.
A little good Drogor handshake. Break his arm. It's awesome.
Yeah. I was impressed, you know.
Exactly. Very impressive. How about Mr. Doobie, Seamus? Favorite moments?
I did enjoy the arm shake as well, but then picturing Marius climb out of the tunnel with Bano wrapped up in a papoose or whatever.
Exactly. His cobweb papoose. his silk papoose. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's enjoyable.
It was, indeed. How about Mr. Pierce Galactic, Bragadine, the living?
I think that's favorite part is being alive. But
Exactly.
a triple threat on the being strapped like a little baby and to his back was just the best. The best.
It's fantastic. I'm glad you lived through it. That's all I can say. I really was hoping my arachnid rock spider would eat you both. But that's fine. It's fine. I didn't want it to kill you for real. Maybe I did. Favorite moment for me? Let's see here. I kind of liked it when Bragadine thought he was a big man. Thought he was going to badmouth our dwarf friend. It's fantastic. Almost crapped himself. Almost.
Hey, Marius had proved himself to be worthy of the night. Had to defend.
Apparently you're going to, I don't know, bestow a title on him or something. Not that, might mean for much. We'll see. I mean, Marius is an attractive man. Maybe there's ulterior motives here. Who knows?
Oh,
It's true. I am very attractive.
Little fanfic? Little Marius Bragadine action? Yeah.
A little shipping going on?
Yeah, a little shipping. Seamus is in the corner watching it happen, creepily.
Exactly.
Silently?
Take care of his leg over the
Yeah.
the weeks, you know?
He's
Exactly.
taking etchings.
Some etchings, yes.
Oh yeah.
I would love to see some erotic etchings.
Draw me like your
being passed
Bretonian
around.
girls.
Yeah.
So, before we get too deep into this, no pun intended, let's go ahead and close out, guys. First off, I'd like to say thank you to all the fans out there. Thank you guys for watching. We enjoy putting on a show for you guys, apparently. We're just having fun playing a game, and this has been awesome. We have a lot of positive people watching the show out there. We get a lot of good comments, and please keep them coming. I would like to know, actually, I wanted to start doing this, and what a better time to start than on our 30th episode. We've been doing this for a while, guys.
Oh, yeah.
This is episode 30. So, I want to put out a viewer decision of sorts. If you're watching and you make it all the way to the end, which not everyone does, but most people do, you get to this section, go ahead and give me a decision on what should be lying in wait in the tunnel ahead of our crew. Within reason. Within reason.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. Nothing insane. But what should be waiting ahead, and I will take them all into consideration on what they so choose, and I'll work it in as best I can. So
Be gentle.
I'm leaving the call out there for you guys. So regardless, I would like to say thank you guys all for watching. This has been Rise of the Forsaken, and we are definitely looking forward to seeing you in the next episode.